Right guys, so welcome back. It is Thursday morning. I don't know why I looked at my watch to see what day it was, but it's Thursday morning. We're about to get our second upper session in for today. Bringing you guys another video. We're gonna break down the whole upper workout for you today, just because we have a lot of questions, just in regards to the split anyway. But I think especially as more people are leaning more towards you push. I don't know what's going on.
Where is he?
Yeah, so we just got the maintenance man in. Yeah, as a lot of people are pushing more towards push-pull leg splits and upper-lower splits, but we'll show you how we structure our upper body days. So we're going to run through that. But yeah, man, it's 10:30. So typically we train 10:30 every morning. Well, I say 10:30. We're supposed to train 10:30. We start about 11ish because everyone's late. As you can see, Theo is not here, but it's all good. Just a quick one before we get started. So yesterday, our kennels page got deleted and disabled and taken down by Instagram again for the second time. So it's been a very stressful 24 hours.
So I think someone said it could be copyright. I'm like, you can use music on Instagram.
Yeah, it's not copyright. So it said violated terms, which the only thing I know is a grey area is selling directly through Instagram, which we don't do. So yeah, but knows. But anyway, we was just about to hit 6K, got taken down. Obviously we've got puppies on the ground at the moment. The dogs is really, it's the busiest we've ever been, so it's been a little bit shit, but is what it is. We moved, so we started a new page last night. Same name, Swench Kennels UK, but just dots instead of underscores. So hopefully we get our following and our engagement back. We're pretty established within the industry, scene, whatever you want to call it, which is good, and we've had a lot of support since last night. So everyone on here, go drop us a follow, share, bookmark the page, share the videos, posts, etc. It all helps. We do appreciate it.
Right guys, today we're going to be talking you through the whole workout. For anyone who's following an upper lower split, this is our second upper session of the week. So what I want you guys to do at home is write the session down, take note, whatever you need to do. We're going to be talking you through each exercise, each set. Today we've got 7 exercises, 21 sets, all for upper body. Theo's finally here. So we're going to fucking get it. Let's go.
Obviously with the upper sessions at the moment, we're only doing 2 upper sessions a week, so they're going to be a little bit higher volume. So just to put it into perspective, yesterday's leg session was 4 exercises, about 9 sets maybe. Today is 7 exercises, 21 sets. So the compromise you make when you're doing like a lower body block like this or an upper lower split is that your sessions are a little bit longer, but if you got the time, then it still is worthwhile. It's also mental as well. When you're training for don't get me wrong, it's still only about an hour and a half tops, but it's a long time to keep that intensity high. But as I said, it's part and parcel of the training split. So like we were just saying a minute ago off camera, because we're doing 3 leg days a week that are brutal, this almost feels like a bit of not like a rest day, but it's just a bit of fun. Like it's upper today, sick. Even though we are enjoying the legs training, but as I said, the sessions end up being a little bit longer as we hit in every muscle group, but it is effective as long as you keep the intensity high. It takes a little bit getting used to as well. So if you're just starting a split like this, don't expect to be flying through the full workout, smashing everything, because fatigue does kick in early, and as I said, it takes a bit of time getting used to, especially when you're trying to hit good weight for your working sets. So if I struggle on this, I've just made a big excuse as to why. Good. Come on. Go on, then again. So, same as always, guys, when we move into a new movement, we don't go straight into a working set. Typically, do at least one warm-up set just to get the movement. Like, we're obviously warm, but it's a different movement. You want to make sure you get at least a warm-up set in there. So now we tend to, because I say we're advanced, so we're warm, we're fired up, we know what we're doing. So we'll probably just do. Well, I'm just going to do one warm-up set, couple of reps. Everything feels good. We'll go into our working set next. But take your time with it. If you need a couple of warm-up sets on each movement, do it. Better safe than sorry. Right, so we are officially quitting, retiring, we're finished with bodybuilding in a couple of years' time. So I'm saying to the lads, we're very aware that obviously bodybuilding it's not functional. I mean, we love bodybuilding and we're going to continue bodybuilding for a little bit, but especially the way business is going and the direction we're going in it's more beneficial for us to stay in shape, just for our content, for photo shoots, for meet and greets, all these kind of things and whatever. Traveling is obviously better to be in shape, so that's one thing. And obviously being in a long off season is counterproductive to that. But obviously at the moment bodybuilding is obviously our priority. So in my head, the sort of not storyboard, the timeline is that we're gonna push this off season for the next year or so, compete next year, and then see where that season goes. So basically, another big off season period, another big competition prep period, and then at that point, obviously don't hold me on it because you never know. I said that last year, but then when we get into prep, we really sort of, we love it at the end of the day, that's why we do what we do. But I want to be I'm good.
I'm good, thanks.
Shout out to Wahid, I say, bits and bobs, as he says. Fucking hell, that's what I was training for. Yeah, so we want to be functional, we want to be fit, but we want to look good and we want to still be big, so we want everything. So after that competitive season, I'm thinking we're going to pull back on complete bodybuilding training. Probably just stick to maybe a 3-day training split, push-pull legs. And then the other 2 days or 3 days worth of training is going to be functional. So circuit-based stuff, functional training stuff, circuit training. I want to get back on my Thai boxing as well, so I'm going to throw some of that in there as well. And just have a general overall functionally fit, strong, healthy, still with the bodybuilder look. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to get skinny or smaller, but definitely pushing more towards that, and then effectively probably stop competing in bodybuilding. But we're gonna have skinny fat. Unless we get super rich, then we'll just be, or I'll be fat, he'll be skinny because he's only last 3 rounds this week. And yeah, man, so that's the timeline we're at. I've been watching
Do a burpee. Do a burpee. And again.
So that was quite good still. I can move from a big lad. I'm an all-round athlete, and that series is coming soon as well. My set. Right, now back to bodybuilding.
The old burpee now, burpee. Come on,
I think I've got one, you know.
What's your doctor?
Oh yeah. Safety first. I called my doctor about 3 weeks ago, so better off I don't do this one. I miss this one.
You tease.
Yeah.
He's gonna have his own series.
It's gonna be
called How to Prevent Injuries. It's just gonna be.
It's just gonna be him sitting there doing absolutely nothing, or doing everything in slow motion. Oh, God, I love it. With your any kind of fly, with your cable flies, especially the cuffed ones, I see a lot of people trying to just, with flies in general, pec deck flies, a lot of people coming here, focusing on just bringing your hands together. Now with that, you're limiting the actual contraction in your chest, so what you see is trying to do on here is keeping arms pretty much straight as possible, slight bend in the elbow, but the focus is on keeping your chest up, and just think about bringing your bicep into your chest there, so there rather than there. That is a much harder contraction than that is. You actually lose tension that way. So as you get tired even more and you're there, like that's not even fully contracted. So chest up, arms out nice and straight, and like I said, forget about your hands. That's why the cups are really good, because you're not thinking about your grip, and there's about biceps into your chest. So you really shouldn't be able to actually bring your hands together if you're fully contracted and you've got your arms out straight. So just a little tip.
One thing I'm going to start doing more is listening.
What did I just say?
Rory, 7 top.
Yeah, man. Yep, let's go, Luke. Yep. Come on. Yep. Oh, lovely.
That'll do. So second movement for chest. So the first one was flies, so almost like a little pre-exhaust. So you can't really go as heavy as you could if you were fresh, obviously on your presses, but still good working weight. So aiming for 7 to 12 reps. We've got 2 sets, and we're trying to progress on this each and every week. So after coming back from that little bit of time off over Christmas and whatnot, I eased myself back in, and then my last sort of rotation on this, I was on the 50s, 55s today for 10. So when I hit that top end of the range, it's like 12 reps, we'll go up again. So next week, probably hit 12 on them. Week after that, go up to the 60s, so on and so forth. But 2 working sets.
I think something that's, I'm not going to say hard to understand, but I guess it can be hard to deal with on a certain aspect. It's actually resetting your own numbers and getting comfortable with getting strong in the right way, because even myself, I've probably lifted a lot heavier in the past, but I'm at my biggest stage now with the most control over exercises, and I think that's quite hard for a lot of younger people to understand. You know, you want to go into the gym and just lift heavy straight away, which, yes, to a certain extent is the right thing to do, but also, you know, you've got to build it up the right way. You've got to set yourself a foundation. We spoke about it in previous videos. You know, we don't do much deadlifting or squatting anymore, but because of the reason where we are now, we've built our foundation. So anyone starting out, it's always good to implement those kind of exercises. But for now, like I said, we're just trying to get used to our upper body split, where we're getting strong, but getting strong in the right way. So I think you've lifted heavier than this before as well. Scott's probably been heavier on dumbbells himself. I know I've been heavier, Theo as well, but like I said, the volume across this workout, it works well, and Scott touched on it earlier. It's quite hard to get to grips with. I've tried it with quite a few clients who haven't really liked it, but once they've actually stuck it out, even us at the start when we're getting used to this workout, I guess it's not as intense as what we've been doing, is it? It's not as intense as probably how we'd normally work out for an upper body split, but
It's not as intense in the sense of we're going for it constantly, but each and every set is 100% work rate. So not that it wouldn't be in the other way, but we're trying to progress on every lift. We've only got 2 sets in these dumbbells, so we have to make sure there's 100% accuracy, efficiency with the movement, trying to progressively overload. So everything is for a reason and for a purpose. We're not just, well, you can have intensity where you're going balls to the wall, going all out all session, and don't get me wrong, that's a good energy to have. But as Troy said, we're at that point where we're 10 years plus, we know how our bodies work, we know we've got a really good mind-muscle connection, so I can get the most out of 40 kilo dumbbells, even though I can lift 70 kilo dumbbells. So all them things come into play, and it's just a lot more efficient, and it's better for longevity in the long run. You know, we're doing movements that work well for us, that keep us safe to a certain extent, and that we're getting stronger and bigger on, essentially. So yeah, man.
I think, like you said, it's more longevity for us now as well. We're never used to doing flies before a dumbbell press, which I'm sure a lot of people are not used to doing as well. We'll go into the gym, the first thing we'll do is a press movement or a dumbbell or a bench movement. So you got to think our body's kind of pre-exhausted as the time we come to these dumbbells. And as Scott just touched on, then we're making the most out of them 2 sets. So when you're trying these workouts and when you're doing them, make sure you're taking your time. You take your time with your feeder sets, your warm-up sets, as many as possible, because if you've got an exercise like this and you've only got 2 working sets, you need to be going all out on them 2 sets.
I swear, we are sick, man. Fuck this, I've had enough. I'm out of here.
Not too bad for 18 stone.
overhead
Happy
box.
with
Yeah, it looks simple.
That's the best. It's the heaviest I've been. So I've been like about 2 or 3 pounds heavier. I touched on it in the other video in my my last off season, but I was a lot fatter. And even though I was on about wanting to be functional and all that, like down the line, this is the best I've felt at this weight. Like the last time I was 18 stone, it was uncomfortable. My breathing, my fitness, my energy. Whereas now, I'm still in a really good. You saw that burpee. I got my sleep's good, my energy's good. Food-wise, I'm not too high, so I'm on like I've just had a food increase from last week. So I'm just under 500 grams of carbs a day. But for someone 115 kilos, it's not a lot of food at all. I mean, it is a lot of food, but I mean, in the sense of pushing it off season, it's nowhere near like the amount of some people have to push. So, and I think a lot of the time, or what I've found is when you get to that point where you're 700-800 grams of carbs deep into your diet, that's what makes you feel shit and lethargic because you're constantly eating, constantly full. So luckily I'm in a position now where I'm growing, I'm eating enough to grow, but it's not leaving me feeling like that. And we're in a good place, and I've still got 12 months of this to go. So at some point we will get to that point where it's going to be horrible, and but that's where you have to take it off season. But at the moment I'm feeling good. I'm happy with how I look. I'm comfortable with how I look as well. Even like training in a vest or being topless and all these things that would sort of at this point in the off season I would be sacked out the window. So yeah, man, we're in a good spot. 3 exercises left, twice, tries, delts. Let's get it.
Right, so last 3 exercises of about 2 of our upper splits are a bicep, a tricep, and a shoulder exercise. So I think as we put these 2 arm workouts together, 2 exercises together, sorry, it's just the bicep and the tricep. So we've got overhead tricep extension and meant to be single arm cable curls, but we're doing a straight bar curl because they're side by side. So similar movements. We're going to superset these 2, 10 to 15 reps, 3 sets, and then finish on our final shoulder exercise. So you're going to think, you know, when you're probably doing one, say if you're typically following a bro split, so 1 muscle group a week. If you're training arms once a week, that means you're training them 52 times a year, where technically we're doing 2 upper sessions at the moment, so arms twice a week. So we're getting in 104 sessions a week of arms.
He loves that one.
But that's what
He says that to all the clients. He loves that.
That was wrong.
Right.
I said 104. Yeah. 108.
52.
You said 52 or 54?
52.
Okay, I'll get it wrong next time.
So yeah, so that's why we typically
You know
follow.
what? We don't know what the fuck we're on about. We just blag it. We don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I got that off Google. Got that Google anyway. But yeah, that's why we tend to follow either a push-pull legs or an upper lower split. So don't forget to work your arms.
I got a question for you.
Fuck no, because I know exactly what it's going to be.
How many weeks are in a year?
52. He said 54 in it, so I thought he got it wrong. But 365 and a quarter. Is it a quarter? It's a quarter and a half in it, depending on how the world turns. Yeah, fuck off. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about.
Boring.
Yeah, let me get it up now. Let me get it.
Guys, we've got a massive announcement that we was going to wait to share with you, but we're going to let you know now compared to that. So, Troy's got a line in his hair. So if you didn't notice, the line, he's going through a midlife crisis at the moment. So think about him. Nah, I shouldn't take the He does look cool though, really joking.
What was behind it? What do you say?
The barber said you should have a line in your hair, that's okay then.
That's how it is. That easy.
The rule is, in our group, you can't have anything new whatsoever, but anything, the slightest thing, and we have to take the piece out of it, even if it's cool. So it's just like my fleece. Look how cool my fleece was, and I got rings through it. That's how you know it's a real friendship group because we constantly take the piss out of each other, even when we shouldn't. So that's how you know we're real friends.
This is our very, very good friend and has currently just started a new business which is absolutely booming. So we'd just like to introduce the man behind the brand, the beautiful, wonderful man himself,
Devil in the detail!
So if ever you are around the Birmingham area, or what's the word? No, the Birmingham area, drop him a message. Make sure you check out the Instagram devil.in.thedetail. Give him a shout. Best in the business, guys. You will not be disappointed. If you need a fresh whip, you need a little clean, whatever you need, he's got you covered. Right, so that is today's session wrapped up. As always, you've probably seen all of our videos as well. We normally finish session with a little bit of posing. Even in the off season, it's important just to kind of touch upon posing and keep that kind of conditioning there as well, because posing is probably one of the hardest things. So a little touch upon posing. Got some photos with Dan the man himself. I don't think Dan actually gets enough credit in these videos because he's the man behind the magic as well, so he's always going to get his little shout out. So yeah, just finished off posing. That's today's session done. I think we're just going to wrap things up with a bit of food. And hopefully you guys like this video because a little bit different. You know, we're trying to bring something different to each video when it comes to training, lifestyle, whatever it may be. I guess it's hard to kind of keep bringing that content, but respect to everyone for following and showing the support at the end of the day. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed this session. Any much more to add?
Nailed it pretty much. Like I said, we're trying to bring as much regular content as always. Dan has got us booked in each and every week. So anything that you guys want to see, like Troy said, from lifestyle to fitness, bodybuilding, anything in between, make sure you comment below or get at us on the socials, and we'll do it. We're filming every single week, and we'll do whatever the fuck you guys want to see. Anything, just watch the videos. But that, like I said, we want to keep bringing the content. Especially now with the off season, you know, you guys, anyone that's followed us for a long period of time, you know what we like. We hammer it through prep. We're gonna get some sick fucking content, sick videos and everything, and then it slowly but surely dies off during the off season. So this time around, we're not letting that happen. So work with us, interact with us. We're here to bring information, banter, a bit of laugh, a bit of joke, a bit of laugh, and everything in between. So yeah, man. Hope you enjoy the videos. Like, share, comment, subscribe.
We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.